I said I'm on it, yeah, you know a nigga on it like. First time I heard yo got it rap about fish scale. I had a thing and a half on my digit scale. First time I heard Gucci rap about a trap house. I had a line at the door, bitch, I was trapped out.
What's going on? Welcome back to the What's That Mean podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Aaron Freeman, and of course I got with me DJ Lady K, no DJ equipment, and my boy Tato. Also with me, I got my good brother, you know, a local legend to me. You know what I mean? Me and this nigga, we done been through a lot, and he done did a lot out here for Johnson County and in the music game and local music scene, of course. My good brother Shabere is here, is on the couch with us today. Say what's up to the people.
What's up? What's going on?
We gonna get into Shabere and his upcoming in JoCo and what he did in music and all that stuff. But my boy Tato just got back from Puerto Rico. Tell us about the trip.
I mean, it was alright, man. Just black women, y'all need to step y'all game up, man.
Oh, that's how you gonna come back.
You went down there and got you a Spanish bitch.
Nah, I ain't getting no Spanish bitch. I went down there with my old lady. I just said that black women need to step their game up. That's all I said. But I mean, it was fun, man.
What all you get to do down there?
You know, jet ski. We were trying to get on the horse ride, but that shit didn't pan out. It was raining.
Okay.
Just toured the whole.
Carton.
Yeah, oh yeah, gambling at the casino. It was straight though. The resort, we pretty much stayed in the resort. That shit was high as hell though.
Okay.
Crazy paper.
Yeah, as soon as I get off this bracelet, I'm doing a whole bunch of tracks. I'm letting you know, I'm not gonna play with them. As soon as I get off this motherfucker. DJ Lady K, with no DJ equipment, you still looking at equipment or what's going on with that? No.
If you need a DJ, holla at me.
She ain't got no equipment.
When I get my equipment.
You ain't never practiced. What moves are we making towards that though? Like you still just talking about it.
I got my name. The name says it all. Like you got to have the name.
The name
ShabereisHere. Everybody know your name. Everybody know my name.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
He stepped that name though.
He
had
equipment. You don't got no equipment. You ain't never DJ'd a party. You ain't never.
I DJ at home. You gotta start at home. You gotta start
somewhere.
You got. Thank you.
That's what she DJ with.
Hey,
you gotta start.
you gotta start at home. It happens at home first.
How y'all been though?
Shit, man. You know, I keep it pretty regular. I'm at the house before 11 every day, so you know my life ain't that interesting. I just do the podcast and I keep it regular. Oh, I do got a new announcement though. I won't be saying this until the shit drop because unlike you, I actually like to get shit done.
Boy,
my alter ego, my rap name is gonna be 4/5 because I got 4 fingers on this hand and 5 on this hand. I'm about to drop a mixtape called "The Life of a 9-Figure Nigga." You know what I mean?
You gonna shoot a video to it?
Yeah. My first track. I'm battling in between the single I got called "Shout Out to My Missing Finger" and then I got another one called "Gone and Missing." You know what I mean? It's a remake of Bad and Blue.
You know what's so funny? Because this dude is dead ass shit.
Yeah. The mixtape only gonna have 9 songs on it because I gotta keep it like that. You know what I mean? It's dedicated to every 9-figure nigga in the world, especially me, because you know it's hard out here for a 9-figure hustler. And that's what I do. I get 9-figure hustler with a 10-figure grind. You feel what I'm saying? I don't got no shorts for these niggas.
So a little bunch
I can sing on the track.
You can't though.
Okay.
But I will let you rent some equipment and act like you DJing in the video.
Okay.
Cool. You get your promo, you know, your feature in the video. You just be up there.
Yeah, I always trying to play.
Hey, look, I'm all late as hell. I come back from Puerto Rico today, and I look on Facebook. I see 2 Selma niggas scrapping.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on?
Man, you know, my shout out Fabo Escobar and nigga Dizzy Dollars, you know. And what I will say about this, me being that I grew up with these niggas, I done seen the niggas go before, you know what I mean? Fabo definitely can box, but you know,
they were just tired.
They look tired and old
they
out
were
there.
Tired.
You know what I mean? I probably seen about a good 4 to 5 connections at most. You know what I mean? But I definitely think that both of them at full strength, it would have been a better fight. But like we talked about off camera, like, you know, I'd much rather niggas be fighting than shooting each other.
Yeah, that was the best part of the
fight. I agree with that. Because everybody can get your ass in and go the fuck home.
Yeah, I mean,
she said get your ass
for real.
2 grown men had a
and talk about that shit tomorrow.
They said pull up, both of them pulled up, they both showed up, niggas got busy. Yeah. That was the end of it. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
One thing I will say, there was some of the funniest commentary I've ever heard in my life. Niggas,
Oh,
That nigga Fabo got all the jokes, boy.
And I'm glad nobody actually like the bystander stayed the bystander.
Yeah.
Let them try to, yeah.
One-on-one shit, man. You know
That's
what I mean?
what's
I done seen I seen it. Now, like I said, I done seen a nigga put quite a few to sleep out here. You know what I mean? I done actually been in a few fights right alongside of that nigga, so I know you get busy. But you know what I mean?
Y'all, we get old. It's time to rest.
I'm
That
getting
shit
better.
down.
I mean,
I ain't getting old, girl.
Shit.
Shoot.
Your ass be out of breath too.
Nah, I don't get out of breath. I don't smoke or do nothing. I don't never get out of breath.
Oh, I do.
I'm conditioned.
well, shout out to all shout out to all the liquors that I drink, and we definitely accepting checks on the What's That Mean podcast. I advertise the shit out of your stuff, and I'll drink it right here on the podcast. But you know what I mean? I think I still got a good 4 to 5 minutes in me. You know what I mean? Here and there. If a nigga ever disrespect me the wrong way, then none of it's real.
All you got is 4 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes.
Cause that's gonna be some funny shit. You beat a nigga with 4 fingers.
Hey, let me tell you a funny
Have
story.
you fought since you?
Oh yeah, a couple times. The first time that I fought after I lost my finger, I was actually nervous, but it was you can call it like a bar fight up there at the hookah bar over there in Smithfield, and it was kind of like some city shit, you know, Smithfield versus Selma. But every nigga I touched out there, boy, they took a knee. That's when I knew I'm still back, baby. The nub is real. Now I done been in a few where I was looking at, I was outside of myself looking at it like, damn, my nigga, you ain't got the sauce no more.
So you Selma.
Yeah, I'm a Selma nigga.
So what are you, Shabere? Smithfield?
Joko.
You just
Because
Joko.
at the end of the day,
Because see,
this-
I'm
this
from
where
Clayton.
I'm from Smithfield, from across the tracks.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm from Smithfield, from down bottom, but I fuck with a lot of people. I mean, it's just so much money you can get when you down bottom doing your thing. You got to fuck with niggas up top. You got to fuck with niggas in Selma. You got to fuck with niggas in Clayton. So you got to mingle. I can't be like, nigga, I'm from here and
Yeah,
That's what I was just wondering.
That's just how it boiled down.
Right, and I was just wondering what the beef
makes
was, because
sense.
y'all all went to the same school, right?
See, but we
Smithfield,
did
Selma
not go.
High.
That was
Like,
the high school, but in middle school, this is okay. First
That's what I
off,
was just wondering.
I'm not from Selma originally. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
But when I got to
Nick,
North
you been down here
Carolina,
since you were 3.
no.
Okay.
I got down here, I was like 12. But when I got down here, the first school I went to was Smithfield Middle. You know what I mean? But the way they describe shit when I first got down here is like, you know what I mean? Especially football season, they started talking about like Selma games. Like, yeah, we ain't fucking with them niggas from Selma. So I'm like, why the fuck for? Nobody could ever explain it to me.
Yeah,
Then I switched to Selma Middle. But the vibe was just like, once I got to Selma, nigga, I never left Selma. Like, that's just where it was at for me. But them niggas just had an explanation behind the story, which I won't get into. But that's just what it was. Then they put everybody together. Then y'all niggas in Clayton kind of became the enemy. But it just like,
I know, like, what the fuck we do?
like, it's just like, niggas that can be so close together can be different types of niggas. Like, I fuck with a lot of people in Smithfield because I'm just a cool ass nigga at the end of the day. So, like, me and this nigga, like, we done kicked it on a major level for a long time. Shout out to my boy Ryan Rizzy. Like, me and them niggas, we always got along. But it's just that certain times you just pick a side. It ain't nothing to do with nothing. That's just some kid shit to do. When you pick a side, nigga, that's just your side. And you remember your side when shit like that happened. It was just happened to be a nigga from Selma. Got into it with a nigga from Smithfield. Smithfield nigga stepped up. And it's just your allegiance to Selma that you step up to. Everybody get busy. Okay. You know what I mean? And then right after that, niggas was still partying together.
Yeah.
Trading off each other's bitches back in the day. You know what I mean? Because for a minute, I wasn't fucking no bitches from Smithfield because it just was like uncharted territory for me. But once, you know, the niggas start fucking with each other, it's like, hey man, I'm tired of these
I was
bitches.
straight, nigga. I went to safe school with the Smithfield niggas, and I got dropped off in Selma with the Selma niggas. So
Yeah,
I
so
was
you was just, you was just like,
doing
who, whatever. Okay. I was just wondering when that beef came in.
I mean, nobody really knows.
Because in Clay, you know, in Clay, they be like, don't take your ass down into Smithfield. don't take your ass down into Smithfield. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I know a lot of people that don't
Did
want
you take your ass out of Smithfield?
Just as damn sure.
Alright, but enough of all of that. We do got a guest, y'all, so we gotta, you know, treat him correctly. Shabere.
What's up?
Now you happen to be, you know, I do my research. You know, I know you. So you don't happen to be a brother that's exactly from Smithfield. You did migrate down here. Where are you originally from? For the people that don't
I'm the
know.
only one out of all my brothers and my family. I was born here. Everybody else was born.
Oh,
in
word.
Philadelphia. We spent, when we was young, we spent like like half and half.
Okay.
It was going back and forth. And when I was, all my brothers was born up there. My mom, my grandpa, my grandma, everybody was born up there. And majority of my family is in Philly. But I was the only one that was born here.
Okay.
Out of like everybody.
That's crazy.
Goddamn chosen one, only one. But yeah, we always went back and forth. But when we got to a certain age, we stopped going.
What part of was it West Philly?
No, no Philly.
Okay, because my family was from West Philly. My pops and all them.
All that shit Philadelphia.
Shout out to all of the people in Philly that watched the Woods.
And they all came to Selma. That shit is crazy, man.
A lot of people from a lot of places migrate to Johnston County, and that's why we don't really have North Carolina as a whole doesn't have its own identity because there's so many different flavors here that all just mix in. But one thing that we'll get into that was part of one of your big rap sayings was a small city dude with a big city hustle.
Yeah.
And you definitely took that to the limit. But how was life in Johnston County when you was a youth?
Man, that shit was rough. You gotta think, bro. We was brought up low income, Section 8 projects, trailer park from day one, as long as I can remember. So the shit was always rough. Like you gotta think, bro. We living in projects. Your mom telling you one thing, you walk out the door, and that shit is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even think about that shit no more. How can you think about that shit when you see all this shit going on? You like, man, what the fuck, man? I want to do right, but man, you can't do right.
Right.
How the hell you gonna do right? Especially no father in the home. You looking up to different people. You seeing different shit go on. You like, man, this shit. And when you're in the jungle, you got to adapt, man.
Right.
And that's
Only
what
strong
it is.
survive, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. And that's just, it's a small town, small county, but the whole thing about that shit is this, like, everybody know everybody.
Right.
So if you bump heads with somebody, them niggas know your mom stay, you know where their mom stay, you know where their people stay, they know where your people stay. So that shit can escalate real quick and get out of hand real fast. And that's just how that shit was from when we was kids, man. Off the hook.
He said everybody know everybody. How many times have y'all been put in a situation like this? You be talking to a girl on the phone, and you trying to get her, and then who you talking to? And then you give her the last name.
Oh, that's your
cousin. Oh, that's your damn cousin. That's why these motherfuckers is so close. It's like, this shit crazy.
I've never.
You never?
Because I'm not.
All the time.
Me too. I had it happen a lot.
A lot of motherfuckers out here is related.
A lot of people out here is fucking their own cousins. They don't give a fuck.
I just see like if you didn't stay with me
I
at
ain't
my
wanna kill
grandma's
him like
house,
that.
if you didn't spend the night at my grandma's house, we is not no fucking cousins.
That's some country shit.
I just don't believe
That
it.
is some
Like
country shit.
how we grow up all these years, we done been through all this school together. We ain't never knew that we was cousins until
Because
we
9
started
times
talking.
out of 10, you had this person
That's some
deep in
fuck
the
shit.
family, and they stayed away from their relative.
Lady K.
Shut up!
That's real talk.
I told y'all Lady K was a wild girl.
I ain't fucking my cousin, y'all.
I'm
That's what
saying,
you saying.
but it kind of felt like
That's
you
where
was
the K come from.
I'm
Kevin K. See?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But anyway,
These people lie.
I'll tell you one of the first memories I have of you, Shabere, was when I first got to Triple S. You was a senior in high school, but
Yes, sir.
like niggas used to rap battle. Like niggas would pull up on each other at break. Niggas would be talking real shit like niggas was about to fight, and they'd show up and niggas would really battle bar for bar. Like them niggas used to run with each other heavy. Him, the nigga Najir. Nigga, everybody was a freestyle rapper back then. So, what got you into the battle lifestyle back in the day?
When I was younger, man, one of my favorite rappers was Cannabis, man. And I kept listening to the nigga over and over, like, God damn, this nigga just going in. And that's what made me want to start fucking with that style of rap. I was fucking with everybody, like Big, you know, the legends, Biggie, Pop, Hov, and shit like that. But when that nigga Cannabis came with that damn nigga, eat your head off shit.
I like the Cannabis, man, but
wrong, bro.
I like the Cannabis when LL, when he said he wanted to bar that mic.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
turned me away from
That
Cannabis.
motherfucker went downhill.
Certain niggas in the game.
He was
you
on
just
the up,
don't fuck
though.
with.
He had a good run.
Yeah. But niggas is, he still was hot though, regardless. So, I think why I asked you about the battle rapping part is because, definitely no disrespect, but you as a rapper, when you actually started your real rap career, kind of more or less went away from the bars more or less and got more into, I want to say more or less from metaphors to storytelling. You definitely tapped into the real southern part of you. So what made that transition happen?
Just being in the mix and just living life and, you know, being from here. Being around here for this amount of years and this much time, like, you start discovering yourself. Like, when you're younger, you look up to people. But when you become older, when you're younger, you look up to people. But then you get older, you're like, man, you looking up to nobody, nigga. I mean, you can still do it, but, you know, that's when you start growing into yourself. I started growing into myself more and more. I'm like, you know what, this is who I am. That's who that man is. I can only, you know, walk in this man's shadow for so long. I can only do it like him for so long. I'm Shabere. I'm an original. I'm the only nigga I know named Shabere ever, period. I got to step into my own shit, so that's what I did with the music.
Yeah, that's how I feel about me being an Aaron with 9 fingers. I think that was God. Because, you know, I was meant to be special, but it's a lot of Aarons out here. So he was probably thinking, like, let me get that finger, my nigga.
And a lot of times, the people that you look up to growing up, you surpass them because they still in the same spot.
That and
when
then
you surpass them, you look at them like,
yeah, you start finding out the truth about niggas, and it's kind of like, damn, man.
You start finding out the truth, man. When you're young, you blind to a lot of shit. Especially when you're young, you're coming up in the streets, you see, damn, man, this nigga got the Rams, bro. Damn, this nigga got this and that. When you get older, man, you realize, man, this nigga's a punk, bro. This nigga done told on a motherfucker before.
Yeah.
This nigga told on his cousin before. Damn, you let such and such run off and you ain't do nothing, bro. Like, you start finding out different shit when you get older. But when you're younger, you like, you just blind, dog. You see what you see. You just see the surface. Damn, the rims, the car, the hoes, and this, that, third. When you start finding out what's what.
that is not the person to be.
Yeah, I mean, and with that, and you do make reference to the street, and we definitely gonna get into that too. But like what a lot of people gotta realize about the street, and is obviously something that you realize, is that a lot of shit in the street ain't nothing but a facade. Like this is a image I'm portraying for people to see, but the inside I'll never let you see. But the people that don't give a fuck when you see them, at what time and all that, them the motherfuckers you want to watch out for. Because them the motherfuckers that'll give you the real jewels in life. Just like a lot of shit that going on Facebook. Like, it's a lot of tough motherfuckers on the book. A lot of tough motherfuckers I done seen slapped, or I have slapped, or I've seen just do fucked up shit. Like, it's a lot of niggas that, like he said, like a lot of niggas just, somebody posted today, you could tell on a nigga if your bag right, because motherfuckers will forget about it.
Motherfuckers is cool with that shit, bro. They cool. Man, bro, he ain't tell on me, bro. Okay, so that's how y'all rocking. All right.
Yeah, that's why a lot of that shit is the reason why I just, like,
Facebook made it like that, though.
Yeah.
Nah, it was like that before. It made it more noticeable.
More noticeable, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
just a social media period, man. Just being able to put who you are out there for everybody to see and be judged on that shit. You see what, you know, more people is gravitating towards. That's what's gonna make a person that's not secure with themselves go with that.
yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, motherfuckers is definitely gonna find a wave. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Find a wave, follow the wave until the next wave comes.
Fake or real?
That's how I go. Okay, so we went from spitting, rapping in high school, the battle raps. What happened after high school? You went to the Army, right?
I went to the Army, yep.
How was that experience?
The Army was cool, bro, but I was stationed right in Fort Bragg. You gotta think, bro, Fort Bragg is 45 minutes down the road.
Right.
And before I got out of high school, I just dibbing and dabbing, but then when I got that, and I started going like back and forth, started seeing like what was going on out here and what was going on with that, I just damn was doing both, man.
So is that saying true? A black man don't got no, how they say a black man
don't have a place in the army?
Is that true?
The thing is just the whole thing about all that shit is just, bro, it's about what you gonna get out of that shit when you in that shit, regardless of what it is. No matter if it's any institution, prison, school, the military, anything like that, bro. It's all about what you gonna do with that shit. Motherfuckers can say the same thing about college, bro. It's just not a place for black men, but it's all about what you do when you get in there. You go in there, get your credentials, plan your shit, get out and get your fucking money. Same thing with the Army. You go in there, we gotta think, bro. I went in when I was 17, bro. I seen what a lot of my peers did when they were 17. I'm glad I did that shit because I see how my shit turned out with that shit.
Right.
So I already know what that shit would have been without that shit would have been. You know what I mean? That shit would have spiraled way worse than what it was. It already. I mean, not like my shit was terrible, but you know, being a felon and getting caught up in, you know what I mean, all that bullshit, that shit would have been just that much worse because I'd have had a quicker start. Being that I was in the Army, I was gone, so I missed certain shit, but when I got out, I was in the mix of everything, and I seen how quick, you know what I mean, that shit just went out of control, so.
Well, you just did the normal 4 years in there?
Yeah, I did. Yep, 4 years. I was in Fort Bragg for the majority of the time. Then I went to Korea for a year and some change.
Do you regret getting out?
Nah, hell no.
Not to get in deep about the Army, but I see a lot of people, like, as far as Johnson County, I see a lot of friends that I got, they go to the Army, they go to the military, they go to the Navy. They do their 4 years and they come home and it's like they're working a regular job. It's like, I'm like, well, damn, you went there and you came back and you doing the same shit. We back on the same level.
Yeah.
It makes a person like me like, man, fuck that, right? I might as well keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like, it's like what I said earlier, bro. It's all about what you gonna get out of that shit while you in that shit. There's a lot of people I went to school with, they went to college, and I went to the Army. I got out, and bro, I talk to them now, and I give them financial advice, bro. I sit down with them and let them know, look, you do this, this, and this with this, and this is how you get that. I walk 5 people through every step of a person, a home, bro, and I'm a 3-time felon, dog. So I can say the same shit with the college shit. It's like, bro, you went to college, bro. How the fuck am I telling you how to do this, this, and this, bro? You went to school, bro. Or you went, damn, girl, what the fuck? You didn't know about investing in stocks. You ain't know, stop paying rent, get you a fucking mortgage.
A lot of this shit is just like common sense, man.
Self-education.
I feel like it is.
A motherfucker that want to do,
self-education.
A lot of people that if you want to do certain shit, you gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people need shit spoon fed to them. Motherfucker that don't need shit spoon fed, you always gonna have the upper hand because you ain't gotta wait on nobody. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel like you gotta take certain routes, and I'm not telling you that you don't need to go to college because some people do need to go to college.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with this shit right here, this podcast and shit, a lot of people, to start a business, they think it take a year. Like, my nigga, if I got the money, I got the idea, and I know how the fuck to do it, why can't my shit jump out the break?
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if I'm hustling. And that's why I be telling people about a motherfucker that I hate on the podcast or has something negative to say about me. Like, nigga, you can't match my hustle, though. Like, a motherfucker ain't gonna get up on a Monday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, walk 4 or 5 miles to work a full shift, walk that same 4 or 5 miles home, record a show, make sure everybody in your inbox know about that show, including your whole fucking friends list. Put the sneak peek out. The next day, do the same shit again. Inbox everybody, let them know that the next episode out. Reach out to every contact you got in every other state to make sure your shit jump. Just to give them a little backstory on how the fuck it be. You know what I mean? It's all in what the fuck you want to do, and your hustle will bring you and meet you. Like, you ain't like to be a good hustler or a good nigga. Period. You ain't got to be no super street nigga.
Nah,
you know what I mean? You ain't got to be no super tough nigga. You just got to be about your business. And when you about your business and you really working, you meet the right people. Me and this nigga linked up through another friend of mine, you know what I mean? On we knew of each other, but you know what I mean? My best friend, because that nigga going hard and I'm going hard, then this nigga going hard. We linked up, niggas is all on the same page, shit just going how I need to go. You feel what I'm saying?
That shit was like
super fast, like,
bro. I always knew, bro. We always, I've been, you know what I mean? Me and bro were way back, but it was just like, bro had this and I had that, and when you put that shit together, it was out of here, gone.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? It's all in how you want to do shit. So when it come to if you really want to buy a house, my nigga, you gonna find out how to buy that motherfucking house.
Bro.
Whether you research it yourself, you go get you a real estate agent, or you go just find that shit out. You learn how to do it, and that's the difference between a motherfucker that really want to do something and a motherfucker that's talking about doing something. See what I'm saying? But you did mention you a 3-time felon. You know what I mean? Without touching too hard on it if you're not comfortable with it. Like,
I'm cool with that shit.
Where your charges stem from?
My first charge was possession with intent to sell and deliver marijuana, and y'all know where that comes from. Possession of firearm by a felon. That's, once again, it's self-explanatory. And the third one is identity theft. So I got caught, allegedly, got caught with a fake ID, and that's it.
Right. So,
some misdemeanors like, resisting arrest and shit like that. Just the regular shit that come with being hot and being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or being in the mix and they one step behind you, but they pull you over, ain't got shit, and you tired of that shit. They got to charge you with something, shit like that, small shit like that.
but you don't but I don't want people to get the like, what make you a cool ass nigga to me, or what make me respect you as a man, ain't the fact that you've been in trouble. It's the fact that you learn from mistakes. You know what I mean? Every time something happen, you change it up. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get caught doing the same thing for too long because of the fact that you always thinking 10 moves ahead. And niggas that think like that is the niggas that you really need to have around, because they'll keep you on your shit. Because they're not gonna be comfortable with you doing the same shit around them.
Most definitely.
So, you know what I mean? That's definitely why I definitely respect your hustle. But if you can, bring us into the Sins Clique. Like, how does that start?
It was me and a couple of my boys from around the way, and we just grew up with each other, doing everything, just being young, being in the streets, and just doing, what come with fucking around in the streets. Everybody got their own. Everybody had their own stories, and everybody had their different backgrounds, and we all just put that shit together, man. We did a lot of things together, and we came up together, and it just a bond with my people, man. Some people I grew up with, and it's just, we just put that shit together, man.
I remember one time Sins Clique was going hard. They had the basketball team, get a shirt, get a CD, get whatever from Sins.
Yeah. Niggas definitely had a billboard and some more shit.
Oh yeah, on 7. I forgot about the fucking billboard.
But what I wanted you to explain to us is, first of all, for those who don't know what Sins Clique stands for, definitely explain that, and then like the mindset behind it. You know what I mean? But I want all of the behind the scenes shit. You know what I mean? That niggas would love to know, but they don't know.
In the beginning, we was 11, 12, 13. That shit Sin stood for some young niggas struggling. Then we started getting older. Niggas started doing different things, making money here and there. It started turning to some young niggas shining. And then one of my boys, his older brother, was like, man, y'all got to do some corporate shit, man. Like, bro, some young niggas shining, bro. Like, everybody ain't gonna be able to go for that shit. And I was like, damn, you're right. That shit just was like, the light came on. And then that's why I said, start young, never stop, just on the top of my head. Right. He was like, that's it. And since then, that's just been it. And start young, never stop, to me, is just a better thing, because at the end of the day, that's what the shit is really about. Starting young, never stop. Like, no matter what it is that you choose to pick in life, no matter any walk of life that you're from. And it's not just an age thing. Like, you can start young at 40, young at heart. Start young, but the whole thing is just never stopping, man. Because we come from some positions everybody can't get out of, man. But you got to have that determination. You got to be relentless with this shit day in, day out. And we just took that shit and ran with it, man. It's just a better message, man. When I talk to the kids, or I talk to people that's young and coming up, or I talk to my peers, start young, never stop is just way more presentable, and way more. It's just a better look all the way around. And at the same time, like with the shit in the street, that shit is cool, but that shit is just temporary for anybody. Exactly. Of course, it's like, this is who I am. I'm a felon for life, street nigga for life. Because this is how we're raised. Like, you can only change so much with your core, dog. Like, it's like a fruit. You can peel off the outside, but the inside you still a fucking orange, bro. This is who it is. Like, this is what it is. Well, I can only change so much, but And when you brought up certain ways, you handle certain things affect you for the rest of your life. So I'm always going to be in the mix, and it's always going to be who I am. But it's just I'm in a position, in a way right now where I'm evolving into something better, bro. I see how that street shit got a lot of my people fucked up, bro. A whole lot. Like I didn't have to go to prison, but it's got a lot of my peers and a lot of my people fucked up, man. I look back on that shit now, like damn, like if I knew then what I know now, shit could have just played out a little bit different. But you know, being brought up and raised how we were raised, we wouldn't have this shit. The shit that I'm on right now, I didn't know nobody that was on that shit back then.
Right.
It was trap or die. Jesus, snowman, the fuck all that bullshit, nigga. I ain't even doing that shit. Nigga, we about to go get this shit and take off. That's how we came up. But if I knew somebody back then that was like, bro, you got 50 bands, bro. Why don't you start a trucking business? You got 50 bands, bro. Why don't you buy this house for 20, put 10 in it, sell it for 40, sell it for 50, get your money out, or damn, rent this motherfucker out for a year, get the majority of the money you put in back, then sell it for all profit. I didn't know nobody that was doing that shit though, dog.
But you had to learn, you know, you had to learn. So now you got something that you can take and give to our kids.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
It might have been just that you needed to be able to tap directly into the hustle and have that mindset, that part of you staple.
yeah.
So when you did make your transition, that is always going to be in you to make sure you keep grinding that much more harder. Because it could have been that if you was introduced to it too early, it might have made you slower at getting shit done. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And that's just old shit, you know. Well, I'm not saying we even that old, but just like being mature and wiser, you just start looking at shit and trying to break it down. And it's always good to have like conversations like this where you bouncing it off of other motherfuckers that got a good mindset or ain't stuck on no stupid shit. Because that's a lot of the reason why I just stay in the house now. Because I know what's gonna happen if I start hanging out. You know what I mean? I know what I'm gonna be wrapped back up in. You know what I mean? And that's where I gotta stay away from. You know what I mean?
Stay out the mix, man.
Yeah, the mix ain't for you.
The mix.
The mix just ain't for you. I mean, I ain't gonna say it ain't for you, but it ain't for everybody. And I know it ain't for me. You know
That
what I
shit
mean?
is for nobody long term.
Nobody long term, most definitely.
That's the
Some
whole
people
thing.
never turn. Some people don't even need to, don't even double dust your ass off the porch. You just stay right where the fuck you at. And that's just where it'll be at.
Off the top, how many mixtapes you done dropped?
4.
4?
Yep.
So are you still doing music?
Yeah, I just had to switch some stuff up because of the way I just had to switch some stuff up. I just had to switch some stuff up and do things a little bit different. And now I'm in a position where I can do it. Because I was looking at, when you look at the top 5 richest rappers in the game, Diddy, Hov, Dr. Dre, who else? 50 and Birdman.
Yeah.
50 with the bankruptcy is like, you know what I mean, kind of.
That's just a pump
I know
fake,
it's a pump fake, but it's like I don't know, you know what I mean, where he stand financially. But I know he's one of them niggas. So let's say them 5.
Birdman holding on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say them 5. Out of them 5, the majority of these niggas haven't dropped no album in fucking over 5 years. And these niggas make 60, 70, 80 million dollars a year. So that show you right there, the majority of the money in the rap game is not from the fucking music. It's from endorsements, it's from owning companies, it's from controlling this, controlling that. Like even with Birdman control these niggas' catalogs.
Right.
These niggas say whatever the fuck they want, but they can't do nothing unless he write that shit. He signed off on that shit.
It's only one that hooked themselves up the right way in that situation. And that was Drake. Drake, the only one that didn't sign the deal that everybody else signed. So, but you right about that. Then you definitely want to get in a position. One thing that every OG old head that I ever sat back and watched, he always said, like, you always want to be the 5th or 6th man back. You want to be the nigga that all you got to do is collect. Or all you got to do is just oversee some shit. You don't want to have to be the one that's going out there touching everybody. Because when you touching everybody, your name circulating too much. And when your name circulating too much, it ain't but a matter of time.
Bro.
You don't never want to be that person. Be in that situation. Never.
Yeah, but I looked at a lot of artists, and I mean the top 5 richest rappers. And I looked at just like what a lot of rappers are doing now. Just it's like with Ross doing the franchise and doing a lot of entrepreneur shit with the shit Slim Thug doing, the shit that Nipsey Hussle doing. A lot of these niggas is doing they making music, but they also in control of their careers all the way around.
Right.
Period. So they can drop when they want. They can sell what they want, whether it be merchandise, whether it's weed, legally, whether it's a fucking franchise with Ross, with the Wingstops, with the Checkers, with all this shit. Like, there's not no limit to the shit. Like, back in the day, it was just mainly rap, and then, you know, clothes. But now niggas is doing all types of shit, and I figured, let me get into this all types of shit that these niggas to get this money and still be making music. Like, my main thing right now is I got a good amount of dump truck. I'm about to get into this real estate, and I'm gonna continue to build that up and be able to fund my shit the right way, and be able to have my businesses flourish, whether I make music off any money off music or not. And that's where I can really say what I want to say and do what I want to do, because I'm already getting money with or without the music. Right. There's certain people that can't say what they want to say because they don't have the fucking money. They have to say certain things because they have to appeal to a certain audience to make this certain amount of money because they don't have no other streams. I'm always going to have other streams because that shit just in me like that. The worst case scenario, I'll go back to the street, but that's the worst of the worst. But if I got to, that's what the fuck it is. But I'm always going to have streams of income, but I would rather, and from an artist standpoint, that just give me more freedom to, you know, say what I want in the position I'm in right now. I just rather be leading people in the right direction than the wrong direction, because I see where, you know, going down the wrong direction get me. My young niggas I'm fucking with now, my people, anybody across paths, I just tell them, don't learn from what I did. Don't try to put your own spin on that shit and flip it around. Learn from what a nigga did. Do better than what I did. That's just where I'm at with it, man.
So now that you got the trucking company, you got your whole plan laid out, when can we start to expect some music from you?
Oh, summertime.
This summer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the what the temperature of the music gonna be like?
Man, where I'm at right now, just a motivational come up music, some shit you listen to and be like, man, let me go ahead and come up, let me get my shit right, let me get my shit in order. Bro did that shit, I can do that shit too. Or bro in the process of doing that shit, I can do that shit too, man. That nigga from the country, bro. I know if he did it, I can do it. I'm in the city. Or damn, I know bro on that shit, man. Let me damn listen to that, take that and put my own spin on that shit and turn it up. Not no shit like that's gonna have you out here doing no bullshit, bro. Never that. Just some shit that you can listen to that's gonna push you, bro. That's just where I'm at with it.
You gonna give us the battle rap Shabere again?
I ain't battling shit. Hell no.
Oh man.
I ain't did no, man. Hell no. Hell no.
I had seen on one of your throwback tracks. I did not know that you was I think what's his name, Metro Boomin. Made one of the beats, man. Yeah.
Oh, Metro Boomin produced majority of the beats on my second CD, and a lot of them on the third one. I still got some shit in stash with bro now. Bro's a good nigga. I hit bro a couple months back when Future shit went #1 back to back. I was like, bro, I text him. I was like, bro, you down, bro. I knew you was gonna be the one, but this is your moment, bro. Take that shit and run with it. And you know what bro said? He said, start young, never stop. You taught me that, bro. I said, damn, that's
real shit.
I wanted to screenshot that shit. Look, nigga. God damn, but I said, nah, I'm gonna play it. You know what I mean? That's one I got. You know, bro's that nigga right now. But he was the nigga years ago, just motherfucker. I knew it, but everybody else didn't know. I could tell that nigga was young, relentless, and he was the vibe that he got, and you know, just how that nigga is, man. I knew he was gonna be.
Is he gonna be on the stuff this summer?
Of course.
Okay. That's a big
So if I sing you one of my beats, you think you can?
You come on the stage and she trying to get a hookup. Black folks.
I'm just saying. You can edit. I'm gonna shoot you one and see how you feeling.
You know how you got a dude that can mow grass. He got his lawnmower service. He do repairs on houses. He fix cars. That's her in the entertainment business.
She
do
ain't
it
got
all.
none of the equipment.
Nothing to start off with.
She gonna manage you, but ain't got no type of business, no tax ID, nothing.
That's the talk game. Good gracious.
I'm gonna shoot you one. Y'all mad? Y'all be hating.
It's not hate. It's the real. Look, my nigga. She took a picture at Guitar Center one day. That was it. That was the most she's ever done with some DJ equipment ever.
So collaborations, locally collaboration. Do you got anybody local that you have collaborated with, or anybody you interested in collaborating with? Anybody reached out to you?
Nah, I mean people reach out all the time and shit like that, but I wouldn't want to necessarily. I mean, I ain't against doing no music with them, but I like to sit down with them, chop it up with them, and see where where they're headed and how we can put things together. And not just from here, just from. I always kept a good relationship with the people in North Carolina that's doing anything. I always kept a good relationship with them. Whether we did music together or we did business in the streets or we seen each other out of town, out of state, it was always kept a good relationship with them. With all the niggas. And there's a lot of them that I never did no music with, but we just it's always love. And I'd rather have some shit like that than trying to force.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't do nothing. I wouldn't let anybody fuck my tape up either.
Nah, it ain't that.
Because
there's a lot of niggas with talent, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of people, bro. There's a lot of
It
niggas
is.
with a lot of talent, bro. A lot, like, but it's just how the shit be playing out, bro. I'm cool with all them niggas, bro. I respect them and they respect me. But it's just we just a lot of times they ain't get around to doing music shit like that. A lot of them niggas was like me, young niggas in the streets, bro. So they doing their thing in their town, doing my thing in my town. When we see each other, it's like we talking other shit before we even talk about the music, dog.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people is talented, but the ones that ain't, I let the streets hear it. I put that shit in, but like I'm gonna give them the benefit of that, and I be up. And so like a frisbee, like what the fuck was
But
he
when did you
thinking?
know that you could rap, Shabere? Like,
They won.
so you just
I was born with this shit.
you was like, oh shit, I got this shit. Like,
Nah, man. When I was young, I used to listen to Biggie and Pac all the time, and I wrote down what they were and Master P. And I wrote down what they were saying. Like, damn, I didn't understand all that shit because I was young, 11, 12 years old. But I was writing down they shit like, and then reading it like, damn, these niggas is on some shit, man. And then I just started doing my own thing from there.
What because we do got to get ready to wrap up. So if you can, because I know you keep an eye and an ear to what's going on locally at all times. If you can, if it was one artist around here that you could say like that nigga doing this shit, who would it be around here?
One nigga that reached out to me recently that I like what they doing. I like what all of them doing, but I like what Huey Hoffa's doing. I like what I heard some of Freedom stuff that I like. Even though he do a different type of rap, I still respect what he's doing from the hometown, from the county. So I respect what he's doing, and that's really it. That really crossed my radar right now. What's some names? Those some names.
You ain't heard none of Fabo recent?
Now I'll rock with Fabo off the rip, just cause I know, bro. I know what type of shit, bro. So I'm always.
What's that? We had 50 Finesse on the show.
Oh yeah, 52.
I haven't heard too much of bro shit, but I seen bro a couple of times and it's all love. It ain't nothing against bro, nothing no bullshit like that. I ain't trying to play bro to the left. I just haven't heard too much of it.
I got one for you. What about what's his name? Moneybag Dario.
Moneybag Dario. Dario's motherfucking
scenario. Come on.
He trying to get the bag, man. Never.
Hey, but my thing is, I respect what all of them doing, and at the end of the day, long as that shit is positive, and long as they steering away from, long as it's positive, and long as it's, you know what I mean, gonna put some food on your family plate, it's gonna get you in a better position as somebody that's young and black. I can't knock that shit, regardless of what it is. A lot of shit I'll hear on the radio and I don't fuck with it, but I look at that shit like I'd rather have that nigga making music than have this nigga breaking in somebody's house doing some bullshit. Put that shit out there and keep it high. I mean, I have my opinions about certain shit, but the bigger picture is these niggas is young, they black, they putting their peers in position of power to win. I can't knock.
Well, we definitely appreciate you for coming out and fucking with the podcast.
No doubt.
And this was a good look. And as always, if you're wondering if this podcast is for you, it's for everybody. If you If you ever had to do what you do to make sure your mom eat, this podcast is for you. If you ever if you ever had to eat oodles and noodles in different, like in a 3-round flavor combination, like just to make sure you don't get tired of the noodle taste because you ain't got shit else to eat, this podcast is for you. If you ever had a syrup sandwich, this podcast is definitely for you. Hey, shit used to be real, my nigga. Moral of the story is stop wearing your homegirl shoes to the club. We noticed.
Damn.
We definitely noticed. We know that that ain't your size. That big toe that hang over the front. Key giveaway. Stop doing it to yourself, ladies.
Good gracious.
This the Was That Mean podcast, man. We out.
I said I'm on it, yeah, you know it, nigga, on it like first time I heard yo got it rap about fish scale. I had a thing and a half on my digit scale. First time I heard Gucci rap about a trap house. I had a line at the door, bitch, I was trapped out.